nobody get to choose their parents.
They circumstances.
They upbringing. When I was a little baby sleeping in my womb, I prayed, please make me get born in
Westchester. In Connecticut.
Even New Jersey.
Instead, we ended up here.
Where
bullets flying, where there ain't no good jobs.
Man, ain't enough dads.
Ain't no fancy schools.
Ain't no nothing.
Streets are the only escape.
How are we supposed to climb out of here when there ain't no ladder?
Yeah, how, man?
How?
You all about to find out.
Maggie, did you beat me back from lunch again? How many times is it this week?
All of them, John. John Stanley's office, how may I help you? Please hold. It's Mr. Jackson on line 1.
Okay. Mr. Jackson, hello. Yes, well, I have good news and some other news. The good news is that I got them to knock off $200,000 off the divorce settlement that your wife was asking. Yes, I thought you'd like that. The other news is, well, your wife has written to the judge saying, and I quote, since he retired, he spends most of his days playing golf and nights drinking with his buddies. I can tell how drunk he is by how many chairs he falls over on his way to bed. You see where this is going. So she gets the house. You get the cottage. She gets the Mercedes. You get the Volvo. Well, the lease is almost over on the Benz, so I took the Volvo.
John Stanley's office, how may I help you? Please hold. It's Mrs. Jackson's lawyer on line 2.
Bill, hi, how are you? Good, good. 4 under par, you're killing me, Billy boy. What? What? Why? What's she gonna... Okay, all right, I'll get back to you. All right, thanks, bye. Mr. Jackson, your wife wants your golf clubs. Yes, yes, I know. She doesn't know a golf ball from a beach ball, but that's what she wants, and I'm afraid it's a deal breaker. So I want you to think about it seriously. Right. Goodbye. I still think she's letting him off easy. He's got a mistress. Her name is Stormy Weather. They named a drink after her at the club. Hot tamale on the rocks, shaken, not stirred.
Clay, you on or off tonight?
I'm on.
Hospital got you on mop-up duty on the damn graveyard shift, man?
You got no good options, man.
I got plenty of options.
I do not want those kind of options, all right?
What, you think you're too good, huh? You think you're too good for my line of work? I've been offering you a chance at some easy money and you keep dissing me, man, with no respect. Man, you wasn't too good for it when we were jacking bikes back when we were little puppies, man.
Yeah, man, we was really good at that. But I ain't that person no more. I ain't like you.
Nah, you not like me. You broke. You stand that way. All night, mop-up man, raggedy jumpsuit wearing man. You don't even get no girls, man.
Working nights don't help none.
Yo, last week I met this girl. Asked her if she wants to go to a ball game. She says sure. I pick a couple tickets up from the scalper. I pick her up in the Uber Black. She thinking we going all the way to the top bleachers. Nuh-uh. I take her down. Down. Closer, man. Closer. Any closer, man? We'd have been sitting in that dugout.
Yeah, but...
Afterwards, I take her to the fancy club. And we split a bottle of that Dom Perignon. Hook up with me, man. You'll be living a good life. Not living on your auntie's couch with all them little cousins running around.
I got an honest job. Man, it don't pay much, but it's honest.
My line of work gets me plenty of Benjamins, man.
What else to get you?
Fancy watch.
Well, what you do with the watch?
I take it to the pawn shop, man. I put on the tears. I tell the guy, listen, I got it from my grandfather. I can't afford it anymore, man. I need you to please. I need you to guys just take this from me, man.
Yo, you always been a salesman. But I ain't buying, all right? Plus, ain't you afraid of getting caught?
I ain't never getting caught. I got this down with science. I could teach you my ways, young grasshopper.
What I gotta do?
Stand there and look tough. All right? You're gonna be the strong, silent type. Yeah, you got the silent part down good. Come on.
John Stanley's office, how may I help you? Please hold. John, it's that woman from the children's library.
Sally, hi, how are you? Yes, I'm glad to know you're still doing your good work. Yes, I'm always happy to help out some disadvantaged kids. What if I just wave from the crowd instead of making a speech? What do you say? I'll tell you what. You can count on another 10,000 if I don't have to show up to the dinner at all. What do you say? Deal? Okay, thank you. Thanks for your understanding. Bye.
John, you are a strange man. You spend $10,000 to get out of going to a nice dinner, and yet you still park your car in the garage on the other side of town as opposed to right here in the building.
Sound like it's another world. It's just a few blocks.
Oh, there is a world of difference in those few blocks.
Yeah, the difference is $1,000 a month in parking fees. I didn't spend that much on my first car. A penny saved is a penny earned. Benjamin Franklin.
That was George Herbert.
Once an English teacher, always an English teacher.
You know what, John? I got an idea for a bumper sticker for your car. It's going to read, I am a liberal cliche who parks his car in a bad neighborhood to save a few pennies, and that's why I drive a Prius with 100,000 miles on it.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Mr. Golfer Man! I think you're out of bounds.
You don't want to do this, son.
I'm not your son, old man. Empty out your pockets. Give me your wallet.
No, that ain't gonna happen. Just turn around and go home.
This is my home. You're the intruder. Give me this.
Give me.
Yo, Bob, what are you doing, man? Bobby, stop!
What was that, yo?
We gotta go, Clay. We gotta go. Clay, let's go!
Yo, there's this guy lying in the street. He's hurt real bad. He needs an ambulance, like now. We're on the corner of 18th and 3rd. Yo, come quick. Name? Man, I ain't got one. I'm just nobody.
Clay, what the hell are you doing? Let's go!
Yo, why'd that guy hang around for?
Oh, don't he know the cops might come around?
Not many around no more.
But the guy lying there wish they were.
Yo, y'all seen Bobby's new kicks?
Yo, he got that fresh pair of ears going.
You gotta have a lot of paper about him.
Bobby rolled up to the club last night looking like
Get up.
a baller.
Yo, up to the club last night acting like a baller. He bought shots of Henny for everybody in the place.
Hey, yo, I want to be just like Bobby.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
That you, nurse?
Oh, sorry to disturb you, sir. I'm just here to clean up the room.
I think somebody already cleaned up the room.
Yeah, but you in the rich guy wing.
What's your name, son?
You call me Clarence. But if I don't keep moving, you can call me fired.
Hey, well, is he gonna make it?
Yo, man, like he's all beat up, like his brain's all fuzzy, but I think he's gonna live. Are you disappointed?
It ain't never gone down like that before, man. They're usually just shaking so bad they give me whatever they got.
Yo, maybe this guy's different.
Or maybe he noticed how squirrely you was, Clay. Huh? How you ain't knowing what you was doing.
Are you saying it's my fault?
You called 911. The cops hooked into those calls. You called the cops on us, man.
He was dying, Bobby!
At least you had the damn sense to dump the phone. Clay, tell me you dumped the phone.
Yo, man, I panicked and I just...
We rob him, man, and you want to leave him his phone? Are you stupid?
I just thought if
Tell me, have you ever heard of fingerprints? Huh? Oh, you're lucky they got no records on you, man.
Yeah, man, I'm real lucky, right?
All right. You're going to have to keep an eye on Mr. Golfer Man in there. Make sure he's still fuzzy about what happened. You might have to mop up this mess, Clay. You might even have to finish his round.
This
You know what
is your mess, not mine, Bobby. I am not going in that room no more. Man, what if you recognize me, huh?
He ain't gonna recognize you, man. A rich white folk like that, they think all brown-skinned folk look alike. You go back in there tonight and make sure we're in the clear. Aight? Aight?
You all heard today's headlines? Meth lab explosion, 3 people dead.
Man, a stray bullet kills a child in her backyard.
School shut down due to gang fight.
Drugs found in 12-year-old locker.
Man, things be getting crazy out there every day.
Nurse, is that you?
Yeah, sir. Sorry to disturb you.
Clarence. That's it, isn't it, Clarence? Could you help me get some water?
I ain't supposed to like disturb no one, so I'ma just.
You're not disturbing me. You're distracting me. Pain kicked up another notch last night.
Can't you get another pain pill?
Nah, they don't want me to get hooked on that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I guess they're right.
Oh, God. I wish I had my cell phone.
What happened to it?
Police have it. They found some fingerprints on it.
That's something. You know, I hope they found the guys who did this here.
What makes you think there was more than one?
Well, I figured there had to be at least 2. You know, they hurt you so badly.
Good point.
You know what they look like?
Nope.
That's too bad. I gotta get back to work.
Yo, Nurse Clay. How's our number 1 patient doing, huh?
Okay. Told me cops got fingerprints off the cell phone.
That means there's gonna be cops sniffing around here, Clay. We gotta go someplace and lay low, man. Come on.
I ain't got money for all that.
There's plenty of drugs in that hospital. Steal some oxy, sell them to Marcus. You'll have plenty of money to go someplace, man.
You want me to commit another crime to get away from the first one?
That's what I'm telling you, Clay.
Man, I am not doing that.
Well, that's your choice, pal.
I'll be getting out of town. Neighborhood ain't gonna miss him much.
And that lawyer man ain't gonna want Clarence around.
He just want company.
Can't nurses do that?
How many around at night?
Yeah, night's pretty lonely around here, too.
Oh, damn!
Oh, don't worry about that, Mr. Stanley. I'll get somebody to come clean this up. You come here. I need you to come clean up this mess.
But nurse, I gotta get up there and I gotta go to room 202.
You need to clean up this mess.
But nurse, I gotta go.
Now!
Sheesh.
She sounds like a combination of Nurse Ratchet and Hot Lips Houlihan.
This would just take a minute, sir.
I spoke to your supervisor.
You did?
Yeah. Told him what an excellent job you were doing.
Oh, thank you, sir.
He said something interesting. He said, you're allowed a 30-minute break on every shift, but you never take one.
Yep. Not much to do around here, so.
I asked him if you could spend some time with me.
Yeah, but I can't.
He said you could.
But I really gotta go up there. Then after that, I gotta do the next
Tell me
floor.
about yourself, Clarence.
I mean, there's not much to say. I'm just nobody.
Why do you say that?
'Cause I am just a nobody. I'm just a broom-pushing, law-sweeping nobody who ain't really do nothing important, so.
Well, you're doing something important right now.
Man, how about you, huh? You tell me about yourself.
Oh. Never had much money growing up.
Yeah, I've been there.
See that? Got that from climbing a 12-foot fence to see a football game.
Oh, the pros?
High school.
Damn, man. Yo, tickets couldn't cost that much.
Yeah, well.
Yo, what other crimes were you committing?
The movies were 20 cents for kids under 12, so bending my knees, going up to the window, put my nose over the counter, like, ma'am, can I have one child's ticket?
You was looking like a 10-year-old, huh?
Something like that.
But those days are behind you now. You're rich. How'd that happen?
Oh, parents had me cracking those books. I had one teacher, Miss McShane. She said I had some brains.
You didn't do much partying, huh?
No time for socializing. You could call me a diamond in the rough, but that would be an insult to diamonds.
Then?
Went to community college. Volunteered in the law office after school. I drove a 10-ton truck on weekends.
Then what happened?
I worked hard. Got lucky. Got into Penn, specifically Wharton.
You went to the penitentiary and got sent to the warden?
University of Pennsylvania, Wharton Business School.
Oh, sorry. Then?
Worked my way through law school. Got married. Had a son. Made enough to move into a nice neighborhood. Even got a summer place out in the Hamptons.
Damn, man. You're mad lucky. I can't even imagine living a life like that. Living in a fancy neighborhood, being a lawyer and stuff.
You want to be a lawyer?
I mean, in some kind of dream world, sure.
Why a lawyer?
Well, they're supposed to prove people innocent, right?
In theory, yes.
Yeah, man. I'd like to do that. Man, my uncle, he got tied up in some stuff a few years back. Got arrested for something he didn't even do. He got assigned this public
Public defender.
Yes,
And
that.
And what happened?
Yo, this man didn't even know my uncle's case from the next guy's. They found him guilty. Sent him away upstate. And he died there.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So I'd like to be a lawyer, but you know, a good one.
You live around here?
Yeah?
Do many people in your neighborhood end up in prison?
Yeah, man. On drugs too?
Huh. Sounds like it might be a good idea to live somewhere else.
That ain't gonna happen.
Why not?
Man, people are always telling me I gotta pull myself up by the bootstraps. It don't even make sense. Like I'm sitting down here and I'm holding on to the straps of my boots and I'm pulling. It doesn't make sense.
Okay, so everyone's got a problem. That's yours. What about some solutions?
Yo, what are you saying, man?
You just said you don't feel like your life is amount to anything important. Let me ask you something. What do you do when you're not around here?
By the time I get home, it's 8 in the morning. And I just want to sleep, all right? And when I wake up, I just want to relax and watch some TV.
Do much reading?
Nah. Not much in the way of books in the house I grew up in. When you was getting your x-ray, though, I did look at some of yours. There was one that looked pretty cool. I think it was called Moby Dick.
Oh, Herman Melville, my fave.
Never heard of him.
They never taught you this in school?
Nah, man. Teachers probably thought we weren't smart enough to read something like that.
It's about a crazy old whaling captain chasing after this monster white whale. I tell you what, why don't you take this home, read some more, and bring it back tomorrow. We'll talk about it.
Oh, I don't want to disturb your stuff or nothing.
No, here, take it. You're not disturbing me. Mr. Payne and Mr. Boredom show up. It's everything I can stop myself from jumping out some window, if this room had any windows. How high up are we anyway?
Man, too hot for jumping. Man, you break a leg, you end up right back here. We're never gonna get rid of you.
Clarence got some book reading to do. Been a long time. Yo, anyone know this guy Melvin?
Yo, I got a cousin named Melvin.
His name Melville, stupid.
Yo, who calling who stupid?
Anyway, y'all think Clarence will understand any of this stuff?
Yeah, then after that he'll do something easy, like climb Mount Everest.
What?
Clarence, don't you got nothing better to do?
Nope. Hey, Mrs. Stanley, how you feeling?
That's a bit better, but Bone's still on strike.
I'm guessing you won't be golfing for a while.
What makes you think I'm a golfer?
Well, I mean, you just seem like the type, so.
Is that a case of racial profiling, young man?
No, sir. You just seem like the type. Oh, and I read the book all afternoon, by the way.
Oh? What'd you think?
The way they talk, just I'm getting used to. It's all fancy and old-fashioned, but I liked it. I especially like the character named Queequeg.
You already met Queequeg?
Yeah. I read like the first 3 or 4 chapters.
Very impressive. So, what'd you think?
He seems like a pretty cool dude, but with tattoos from head to toe. Probably took folk back then some getting used to.
What do you mean?
Because he's also dark-skinned.
So?
People think dark-skinned folks are more trouble than whites. Like even when we hang out in the park or in the stoop, they might call the cops on us. But like this guy Queequeg, we're just minding our own business.
Huh. Very astute point, Clarence. I tell you what, why don't you bring the book home, read some more, come back tomorrow, we'll talk about it. We'll have ourselves a little book club. We're room 606 book club.
Yo, what you mean book club? Ain't that for like little old white ladies?
You see any little white ladies around here? Huh?
Very astute point.
Hey, you ready for your tee off this Sunday?
You're joking, of course.
Easy, big fellow. I am joking. Oh, God, how are you feeling?
Bit better, but the nights are long. Lucky I have a regular visitor.
I thought the ICU doesn't allow visitors who aren't family members. I told them downstairs that I was your sister.
Well, this visitor works here.
A doctor or a nurse?
A janitor.
Let me get this straight. You have one of the cleaning crew keeping you company.
Correct. Maggie?
I'm sorry, I'm just a bit surprised. Flabbergasted even, and you know I don't flabbergast easily.
Well, you know, lying here, lucky to be alive, has given me a lot of time to think. I've given a small fortune to disadvantaged kids, and I've hardly ever met one, not face to face.
So do you like him?
Yeah. His problem is he doesn't have any self-confidence. Nobody ever told me he could be something.
Well, what do you intend to do about it?
My choices are binary.
What are your 2 choices, John?
Well, either I can lie here and moan and groan and wait till I get better and go back to my comfort zone, or I can help him get a better job.
Okay, well, now if you want to play Mr. Fix-It, how do you intend to help this boy?
I'm going to change the way he speaks.
What do you mean change the way he speaks? Are you going to change him or help him to change? There's a big difference.
Just get him to stop using ain't and whatchamacallit and a ton of double negatives.
John, is this boy black?
What's the difference? You have a problem with a white guy helping a young black kid? Would it be better if he was a white kid? I'll look around the hospital, see if I can find a white janitor, have him keep me company.
John, you did not answer my question.
It's not a black-white thing. Look at that woman from Harvard. She was white. She wanted to run for the Senate, had a resume a mile long, but she couldn't get through an interview without saying, you know, like...
Yes, and people made fun of her, and she dropped out of the race, and yes, she would have made a damn good senator, but you know what, John, with what you're doing, some people are going to think that you're being a racist.
I'm not being a racist, I'm being realistic. You send 10 guys for a job, 9 sound like rappers, 1 sounds like Atticus Finch. Guess who gets the job?
Okay, but remember what his predecessors went through.
I'm not saying this boy's life has been fair. I'm just saying that's what it is. And I'm going to get him to up his game, to get into the game and get a better job.
He has a job. Is his job not good enough for your tastes?
He needs a better job to move into a safer neighborhood.
Does he want to move?
Damn well should. Like a refugee from a war zone, you get the hell out of the line of fire.
Takes an interview to get most better jobs.
So? I'm not going to ask him who wrote the Magna Carta, or how to solve a quadratic equation, or what happens when you mix sulfuric acid with zinc, but they are going to want him to speak proper English.
I don't like where this is going, John.
Don't blame me. Blame the Brits for their British Empire spreading English around the world for 200 years, including right here in our dear old USA.
Okay, no. Why him?
Out of all the hospitals in all the world, and all the rooms in this hospital, God led Clarence into mine.
John, why are you doing this? Why are you really doing this?
You remember what Bogart said to Ingrid Bergman? Wartime, Casablanca, 1942. If I don't help when I have the chance, I'm going to regret it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon. And I'll regret it for the rest of my life.
You are tilting at windmills, Don Quixote. You have never walked a day in this boy's shoes.
So what? I'm going to help this kid, Maggie, whether you like it or not.
It's not going to be easy.
Nothing is easy. Dodging bullets isn't easy. Staying away from gangs isn't easy. Not doing drugs isn't easy. Getting to the moon 52 years ago, that wasn't easy either. Getting there, that was the easy part. Put a couple of guys on top of a big damn rocket, light the fuse, run like hell. That was the easy part. Getting back, that was the hard part. I'm going to help this kid, Maggie, whether you like it or not. You do your job, and I'll do mine. Thank you. Maggie? Oh, God. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Oh, God, give me strength. Oh. 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 Lord, I've come to you before. Last time, it didn't work out. Only you know why. Clarence has this dream, but is it his dream or is it mine? I've got to know, Lord. I know I've got to do more than just attend expensive dinners and write checks, but I'm in the dark here. I'm in uncharted whaling territory, Lord. I need your help. If you have a better plan, now's the time. I'm begging you. Please. Amen.
Clarence Wilson, sanitation specialist.
Oh, come on in.
Yo, I just had to know if the game will be dick or not. So I skipped to the end, and whoa, man, it's intense. I know it's cheating, but I just had to know.
It's not a crime to skip a few pages, Clarence, and you don't seem like the criminal type. So, you blame Ahab for the sinking of his ship?
Damn right I do. Man, Melville said he had some kind of obsession, chasing that damn whale, taking them damn risks. But Melville is one hell of a writer, though. The way he uses words to paint pictures and stuff. Must have been a real smart guy.
He was. But he was a school dropout.
He was a dropout?
Yep. Plenty of people who do great things were school dropouts. Charles Dickens, a great writer. Albert Einstein redefined the universe. Thomas Alva Edison invented the light bulb, brought electricity into New York City, invented movies.
You know those all white guys, right?
Oh, no. Lots of black folks did great things with no formal education. Phyllis Wheatley, famous 19th century poet. Sojourner Truth became a well-known preacher in New York City. Frederick Douglass, great writer, great orator. Had dinner with President Lincoln on a repeat basis.
Fair point.
Clarence, would you mind reading some of the book to me?
Oh, I don't know about that, sir. I ain't too good at reading aloud. Man, teacher always get mad at me because she could barely hear me.
Why are you so quiet?
Oh, man. Kids used to make fun of me if they thought I was trying too hard or reading too good or asking too many questions. I learned that the hard way.
You got bullied for trying in school?
Yeah, they pushed me around and stuff. But there was this one kid, my friend named Bobby. He said, "You messing with Clarence, you messing with me." Whew, man, he was real nasty, but he was my friend. My only friend. They left me alone after that.
Well, I don't see any of those bullies around here. I bet some of them are sitting in a jail cell right now wondering where they went wrong. So, why don't you read the opening lines of the book? Some people think those are the greatest opening lines ever written in a book.
Call me Ishmael some years ago, never mind how precisely
Whoa, slow down. This isn't the 100-yard dash, it's the mile run. Can I give you some tips?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, stand up. Legs far apart, equal weight on either foot. Now I want you to breathe down deep into your belly, down deep. Pronounce each word slowly. Enjoy the sound. And then, Clarence, I want you to send it to the bleachers.
Call me Ishmael. Some years ago, never mind how precisely, having little or no money in my purse, and nothing particular to interest me on shore, I thought I would sail about a little and see the watery part of the world.
Huh, that's very good. You have an excellent voice.
I never got a compliment like that before.
Well, it's too bad it's the truth. Go on, read some more.
Whenever I find myself growing grim about the mouth, whenever it is a damp, drizzly November in my soul. This is some pretty heavy stuff, Mrs. Stanley.
Go on, go on.
Then I count it high time I get back to the sea as soon as I can. Then I quietly take to ship. There is nothing surprising about this. If they knew it, almost all men in their degree, sometime or other, cherish the very same feelings towards the oceans as me.
Clarence, I knew I'd find you in here. It's a big old mess out here you gotta come clean up.
Duty calls.
Don't forget what we talked about, all right?
Will do, sir. Will do.
We got a little classroom thing going on here. But Laura just got our pal Clarence.
Yeah, yo, around here, teachers had at least 35 dudes to deal
Yeah,
with.
that's like organized chaos.
And lawyer man talking like it ain't no race. No, what you call that? Sprint.
Yo, might suit Clarence. He been running with cement boots all his life.
Yeah, but I can understand it better, can't you?
Yeah, but what's the big deal?
It makes him sound smarter. It gives him an edge.
Better chance of getting a job.
You got that?
Hey, Mrs. Stanley, how you feeling?
Can't complain. I keep asking the doctor when I get out of the ICU and go home, and she starts talking about blood clots, strokes, heart attacks, all sorts of nonsense.
Look, I ain't no doctor, but I've been here long enough to know that clots are damn serious. The other night, all the bells go off. Man, you see nurses and doctors running like they're in the Olympics. Man, they yelling, it's a clot, a big one. The very next day, I go to the guy's room. It's empty. It's like he was never there in the first place.
Well, I suppose that can happen.
Yes, but I don't want that to happen to you, all right?
Thank you, Clarence. Very kind of you. You know, Maggie dropped my new phone off the other day, and she left something for you.
This ain't for me, is it?
Of course it is. You've become such a voracious reader. I thought it'd be good if you had an entire library at your fingertips.
Look, thank you, Mrs. Stanley, but I really can't accept this, all right?
Oh, of course you can. Just use it. It'll improve your vocabulary.
But I don't know if I can even repay you for it.
You don't have to repay me. Just use the damn thing.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Just use it.
I will.
Clay!
Bob, man, you scared the heck out of me, yo. Yo, what you doing back here so quick?
Money go quick in Atlantic City, man. I had to come back. How's it been around here? Cops been looking for you?
Nah, man. They ain't been bothering me. They have been sniffing around here in the hospital, but I don't think they found nothing. So.
All right. That's good. That's good. You've been steering clear of that lawyer man, right?
Yeah, but you know, I still got to go to his room and mop up.
But you ain't been talking to him, right? You've been keeping your head down?
You know, Some nights he really wants somebody to talk to.
Man, that somebody better not be you, Clay. He's got plenty of people to talk to. Come on.
It's nights, man. No one else be around.
Are you stupid, Clay? What if he recognizes you, huh? What if some click he says that's him, that's the thief, call the police?
He ain't gonna recognize me, okay? If he would've recognized me, he would've called the cops a long time ago.
What do y'all be talking about anyway?
Stuff.
What kind of stuff?
Books.
Books? Man, you don't read books.
He gave me a book, I read it and I liked it.
So y'all just sit around, y'all read your books, y'all drink your tea, you talk about how the books make you feel.
It ain't like that,
How
man.
stupid can you be, Clay? We rob a man, and you want to get all cozy with him?
It ain't like that, Bobby. You wouldn't get it, all right?
What's in this box, Clay?
It's groceries, my auntie.
Nah, groceries don't come in that kind of box. Let me see.
Chill, Bobby.
Give me them. An iPad? This a gift from the lawyer man, Clay?
He got it so I can read more books. Now give it back.
Clay! You got yourself a little sugar daddy buying you presents.
Yo, quit it, Bobby.
This is some next level stupid.
Stop calling me stupid. I ain't stupid, all right? I am not stupid. You's the one who's stupid. You ain't never worked a full day in your life. Man, all you do is take from other people and you spend it all on stupid stuff because you think that makes you cool. But the joke's on you because you're just another nobody like me, Bobby.
You think you're better than me, Clay? You think you're better than me? You ain't never going nowhere in your life either, man. You're just like me. You ain't got no diploma, just like me. You grew up on food stamps, just like me. Your dad's gone, just like mine, and your mama snorts those welfare checks right up her nose, just like mine, Clay. But see, you might get some bootlicking. Yes, sir. What can I do for you, sir, kind of job. You ain't never gonna be anything more. You're just another dropout from the hood, Clay.
Looks like an old friendship going down the drain.
Yeah, yo, that shit is sinking just like the peacock.
And what the hell is the Pequot?
It's that Ahab guy's bow, you fool!
Who is calling who fool?
Man,
Things are getting crazy out there every day.
That's you.
Hey, Mr. Stanley.
Ah, how do you like the iPad?
I'm loving it.
Huh?
Oh, and I read that poem by James Baldwin you told me too. Man, he's a pretty cool dude. Oh, and I can't believe he's from the hood too.
You got out of the hood big time. Ended up living in Paris.
Sheesh. Man, I ain't know all that.
That is what you want, isn't it, Clarence? To get out of the hood?
I mean, like that'd be nice. But that ain't really gonna happen, so.
Well, could if you had a good job.
Man, this change you're talking about, it's kind of scary. And honestly, I'm scared I'm gonna fail because I've done enough of that already.
Tell you what, this is what James Baldwin wrote about fear. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed if it is not faced. James Baldwin.
So I guess I gotta start facing stuff. Man, I don't know.
Look, 80% of the jobs in this country involve talking to people. You gotta be able to communicate effectively.
You said I sound dumb?
No, you sound rough. In order for people to give you their hard-earned dollars, in order for them to take you seriously, you have to have a more refined sound. Look, Clarence, it could be your little experiment. What do you got to lose?
What if I don't want to be your little experiment, huh? What if I don't want to be your little charity case? And what is this even about, Mrs. Stanley? Like you being here, trying to help me, man, giving me that computer, and then you sitting there criticizing everything I got to say. Is this even about helping me, or is this about making you feel good, huh?
I'm just trying to get you out of that neighborhood.
Oh, so you can go back to your friends at the country club. and tell him, I took this black kid out the hood. I trained him like a dog, how to speak. Oh, so you can go back to your perfect little family, huh? And tell him, I did something good today. I'm a real good person.
You don't know anything about my family.
And then your perfect little wife is gonna say how proud she is of you. And your perfect little son is gonna be like, I wanna be just like you. And you get to feel like such a nice white man, right?
Don't talk about my family.
Why not? You talk about my neighborhood like it's nothing. You're like it's nobody but gangsters and folks with no money. But that's my family. I talk the way they talk.
Just trying to help you, Clarence.
You're trying to make me be like you. Newsflash, we not that much alike. We come from different worlds, real different. And in case you ain't noticed, we not the same color.
This is not looking good for our man Clarence. Walking out on his buddy John.
Man, are you blaming him? I would do the same in Clarence shoes.
You mean them old ones he been wearing for like 6 years?
Yeah, maybe he should have been more cool.
No sense jumping out the boat if you can't swim.
Yeah, y'all got that right. Water pretty deep around here.
Excuse me. I wanted to drop off something for somebody in the ICU. I would leave it at the front desk, but there was nobody there.
Yeah, they're not around right now, so.
Damn it. Oh, I can't afford to.
Okay. I'll write the patient's name on the bag, and I'll make sure nobody jacks it.
Oh, thank you. I would so appreciate that.
What's the patient's name?
John Stanley?
John Stanley?
Yes, John.
No. I know John.
Oh, you must be Clarence.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm Maggie, John's secretary.
Oh, yeah, he told me about you.
He's told me about you, too.
Like what?
That you're very intelligent and that he sees a lot of promise in you.
Probably don't feel that way no more.
Why is that?
We had kind of like a fight.
What happened?
He was trying to tell me how to speak, how to run my life. And I don't really like that coming from somebody who looked like he never have to struggle a day in his life.
Hey, John's had plenty of struggles.
Like what? Picking which designer suit to wear, which fancy restaurant to take his wife to, which expensive school to put his kid in.
John didn't tell you.
Tell me what?
About Lisa and Ben?
No.
John met Lisa in college. They got married right after graduation. They had their son Ben, and they had that perfect, happy little life.
Sounds good.
And then Lisa got sick. Breast cancer. She died when Ben was 15. And it was really hard on Ben. He started getting into drugs. John sent him to the best rehabs in the country. Money was no object, but it didn't matter. We lost Ben when he was 17.
Sheesh. I know all that.
Yeah, well, John doesn't talk about them much. He mostly keeps busy with work, golf, his books.
Yeah, he's keeping busy all right. Wants me to up my game when I'm talking to customers and clients.
Well, if you think about it, it's kind of like going from Clark Kent to Superman. It really does open a lot of doors, and can do it for you, too.
That's what Mrs. Stanley was saying when things all blew up.
Look, John might be a rich white guy, and some of his ideas are a little old-fashioned, but sometimes he is right.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you're right.
You know what? Why don't you bring these up to John? They're more of his favorite books.
Oh, it's almost the end of my shift, and I gotta go up there, and
Clarence,
after that
I think this is worth staying a few minutes late.
All right. Thank you. Mrs. Stanley? Sir? Oh my God. Those damn clots, man. They happen so fast. And it was probably me who stirred up Mrs. Stanley and moved those damn clots. It's all my fault. And nobody ever believed in me. Yo, not like you, Mrs. Stanley. Not my mom, not my dad, not my teachers. And nobody ever tried to teach me something. And the moment you said something I disagreed with, I lost it.
What are you doing, Clarence? You got work to do.
Hey, what happened? Did he get a clot or a heart attack or a stroke or something?
Who are you talking about?
Mrs. Stanley.
Oh, your buddy.
Is he gone?
Yeah, he's gone. He's better. You need to be in the ICU anymore.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm sorry. What room?
210.
Thank you.
11-year-old boy shot and killed in drive-by. I think he lived around here.
What's his name?
Joey Frazier.
Oh my God. That's my cousin.
Yo, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, no, we all are.
Man.
Things be getting crazy out there every day.
I'm sorry. No, it's not you. It's me.
No, I was way out of line, sir.
No.
I shouldn't have said that about you.
No. I come charging into your life like an old movie. A guy in a white hat and a white horse coming to save the day. No, it was
But
me.
he was right about some of it. My neighborhood's got some real problems they gotta fix.
Yeah.
And
But it's no reason to vilify an entire neighborhood and all the people in it. No, it was me.
look, I lost my head. I shouldn't have said that about your family. I didn't know.
How did...
I met Maggie. She's real nice. Oh, and she told me to bring you back these books.
Maggie always covering my back. So she told you about Lisa and Ben.
I am so sorry, Mrs. Stanley.
You know, you remind me of him. He was a good kid, smart, like you. Read everything from Grapes of Wrath to Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison, everything. Our dinner table conversations were legendary.
He would have made a great lawyer.
Yeah, but after Lisa died, he fell into this hole, and no matter what rope I threw to him, I could never hoist him out.
My mom was the same way. We ain't have money for rehab. And I tried to help her. Man, she wasn't much of a mom, but she was my mom. The only one I had.
Where's she now?
I don't know. I wish I did, though. Like I said, she wasn't much of a mom, but she was my mom. And I loved her. And I still do. Mrs. Stanley, like you trying to help me and get me out of my neighborhood. Is this about your boy Ben?
Well, I suppose it is. When you came into my life, I thought maybe I had a second chance to help someone. But no, I shouldn't have projected that onto you. I had no right. You're your own person. I should never assume that you wanted to.
Till I met you, I didn't know what I wanted.
Well, Clarence, do you want to be a janitor for the rest of your life?
No, sir, I don't.
Would you like to be a lawyer?
Yes.
And would you like me to help you with that?
Yes, please.
Would you like to come work in my firm?
For real?
Yes, for real.
Yes, yes.
And would you like to move out of your neighborhood?
Part of me is saying yes, and part of me is saying no. I feel bad about leaving my little cousins and my auntie behind. My people are struggling, fighting to get by every day.
Well, the best way you can help those that you leave behind is by being a role model for them, something which some of them have never had.
Plus, I can't afford a better place.
No, that's my problem, not yours. One last thing. Would you like to fix your English?
See, that's the thing, Mr. Stanley. My English don't need no fixing. I'm just speaking a different type of English.
What do you mean?
I'm way over here. I looked up this thing called African American Vernacular English. It's a dialect of standard American English. You know how the Irish and the British speak different types of English? It ain't wrong. It's just different. So when I'm back in the office, I guess I'll speak the way y'all speak. But on my own time, I'll speak the way I speak.
Well, Mr. Wilson, I believe you've won your first case. Congratulations.
Yo, y'all hear about Clarence Wilson?
Yeah, he just moved into this fine place.
With a fancy little coffee shop downstairs.
And a bougie little bookstore on the corner.
Woo!
Yo, Clay.
He gonna be working in like a real office.
Yeah, he gonna be helping out that Maggie lady.
Yeah, the lawyer guy gonna teach him stuff.
Yeah, Clarence be at the right place, right time.
Where you at, man?
But Clarence gonna work harder than anybody out there.
Yeah, but that's a good thing, ain't it?
Yeah, he got in the door.
Gotta work hard to stay there.
Clay, where you at?
Mr. Laura seemed like a good guy.
Yo, that Maggie lady seemed nice too, though.
Yeah, Clarence got lucky, like mad lucky.
Clarence be living the good life.
Hey, man, don't leave me here, Clay.
And he gonna be sending money back to his auntie.
Yeah, he's not gonna forget where he came from.
Man, I want to be just like Clay when I get older.
Yeah, me too.
World needs more folks like the lawyer man.
Clay, don't leave me here! Clay, please! Why'd you leave me here, man?
Welcome back. Hope y'all enjoyed your little break.
Checked your phone.
Stretched your legs.
Grab yourself a drink.
Hope the first act woke up you woke folks.
Man, I got myself a coffee. How else am I gonna stay awake through the rest of this damn show?
Oh, speaking of the show, gotta get y'all up to date.
Lawyer man got our pal Clarence to take the GED
What that mean? What that good for?
Dummy, that's for dropouts. We pass you like get a high school diploma.
To get you into college. Got my brother in one.
What's he doing now?
Working for some big accounting company, okay? Good money.
Oh, hold up. You think Clarence is smart enough to pass the thing?
I already done lots of studying.
What if he don't pass?
That'd be a bummer.
He got his hopes up.
Could be in for a big fall.
Like that Karis guy. Oh.
Who? What he do?
That boy got a funny name.
Yo. He got himself some wings, fly too high, sun melted his wings, took a big fall.
Is that gonna happen to Clarence?
Folks pay for the tickets. We best get out of here and let them find out.
Whew, I have never been nervous like this before.
Wandering in circles is not going to help your test scores.
That test was hard, Mrs. Andrews.
You studied on weekends, on your lunch break after work. You were ready.
Was that it?
That's it. That's the test scores.
Oh, that's the email. Oh, wait. Wait just a minute. If we don't open it up, then I don't have to find out that I failed.
Or that you passed.
Come on, Clarence, bases are loaded. Take us home.
All right, oh man. All right.
Oh, hey, Clarence, you worked hard. It'll be easier next time.
No, I'm not taking that stupid test ever again.
Oh, come on, Clarence. You can't give up.
People take that test 2 or 3 times.
I'm not taking that stupid test ever again because I passed.
What?
Congratulations, you are now officially a high school graduate.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Man, I couldn't have done it without you guys.
No. You did the work. You should feel proud of yourself.
I am.
So, now it's time to look for colleges.
Whoa.
It's not too late to apply for the summer semester. There are some really great colleges nearby here.
I can't really go to college. Man, GED is gonna have to be enough for me.
Clarence, 2 guys want to play pro basketball. One of them is 6'4", the other one is my size. Who do you think is going to have the better chance?
No offense, Clarence, but you're the little guy. It used to be a high school diploma was enough, not anymore.
But there aren't enough hours for me to work here and go to college.
No, I say there are. You work here in the daytime, you go to college classes at night, on weekends, just like you did for the GED.
But what about the money? College is crazy expensive and I can't...
My problem, not yours.
No, Mrs. Stanley. I can't keep letting you do this, all right?
Look.
When Ben was born, we opened up a college fund for him, so when he got old enough, he could go to Harvard, Yale, Princeton, art school, clown college, whatever. Still sitting there. I'd be very proud to use that money and pay for your education. Sincerely.
I'm going to college?
Yes, you really are.
I'm really going to college. Thank you so much, Mrs. Stanley. I promise I won't let you down, all right?
Okay, I gotta go. See you. Bye.
I'm going to college. Sheesh. I'm really going to college.
Penny for your thoughts?
No, nothing. It's just a lot to process, that's all.
Feeling a little nervous, are we?
I'm feeling lots of nervous. I don't want to sound ungrateful for what Mrs. Stanley's given me. I'm just being honest.
Tell me what you're nervous about.
I haven't been in a classroom since I was 16. And Mrs. Stanley's talking about sending me to some fancy rich kid school. They're gonna sniff me out in a second that I'm not one of them, that I don't belong.
Clarence, you have just as much right to go to college as any of those fancy rich kids, if not more.
But I still feel like this imposter. I still feel like this kid from the hood who's pretending to be smart, confident, and educated.
Well, you know how to stand tall and speak strong like John taught you. Just sit in the front row, look people in the eye, answer the teacher's questions, and ask even smarter ones. It'll become a part of who you are.
Man, summer ain't started till the fire hydrant's open.
Yeah, man, all them little kids just splashing around the street.
Big kids too.
Old man watching as they play with their little dominoes.
And the little old ladies, they gossip on the stoop.
Yo, and that radio up on full blast.
It ain't so bad around here.
But they ain't fixing our schools.
Fixing the projects.
And now rent's going up.
Cost of food going up.
Clarence gonna need that college education.
But college for Clarence gonna be a big jump.
Are you thinking about that Icarius guy again, man?
Yeah, my brother, he tried college. He dropped out.
Too bad.
Yeah.
A lot of folks like us don't make it.
Go!
I hope Clarence is doing okay at his school.
Do you think we're pushing Clarence too hard, having him go to school and come to work here?
No. I think working here is good for his self-confidence, better for his self-esteem.
Hey.
Coffee.
Thank you. Maggie.
Oh, you angel.
So Clarence, how's school going?
How do you like your classmates?
Pretty good. And I think they like me. They are pretty smart, and being around smart people does tend to make you smarter too. Oh, and when they ask me a tough question, I do what Mrs. Stanley taught me. I give them a thoughtful look.
Faking until you make it, right?
Yeah, something like that. Learn from an expert.
Yeah, I heard that.
Should I get it? Good afternoon, Office of John Stanley. Oh, Mr. Fowler, how are you? I'm doing good, thank you. You'd like to make an appointment? All right. I'm gonna check Mr. Stanley's schedule. How does Thursday at 3 p.m. sound? Oh, your son has a baseball game that day. Yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't want to miss that. He plays third base? That's a tough position. They call it the hot corner for a reason. All right, I'll check his schedule again. How does Thursday at 10 a.m. sound? Great. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you. Goodbye. Crushed it.
Bravo, a grand slam.
Yo, and get a load of this. I had to give a presentation for my pre-law class last night. Madison versus Marbury. Or Marbury versus Madison. Take a look at what the professor had to say.
Thoroughly researched, well organized, exemplary public speaking skills. A minus. What's the minus?
She's one of those teachers who doesn't give out A's.
The worst kind of teacher.
Well, as some of my students used to say, D's get degrees.
Don't be giving him any ideas, thank you.
No, sir. I've been getting D's for way too long. A's and B's is where it's at now.
What do you say there, Clarence? As Franklin Roosevelt said, aim high, keep your feet on the ground, aim for the stars.
That was Theodore Roosevelt.
Trying to make a point here, Maggie. Clarence, you know what passing the bar is?
Yeah, that's the test you gotta take to become a lawyer, right?
That's correct. So every year, to maintain my standing in the Bar Association, I have to contribute 50 hours and represent someone who can't afford a lawyer. Right now, there's a young man who is in that position, and I will be representing him. And I thought it might be a good idea for you to get some experience and assist me in the case. What do you say?
Sounds good. I'm in.
Good.
Yo, you think we lost him?
Yeah, I saw him turn the wrong way down 119.
What he chased us out there for?
We didn't even do nothing.
Yo, everything in Dwayne, we'd be all locked up anyway.
Not everything.
Man, what you take?
It better be something good.
What you got?
Pencils?
Pencils? Really? Out of everything in that store you could have taken, and you take that stuff?
My little sister did it for school,
You
man.
ain't even good at stealing.
Cops seen you right away, man.
Wait, hold up. Your sister got Miss Parr?
Yeah.
Ooh, she tough.
If your little sister need more pencils and stuff, you let us know, all right?
Come this way! Good afternoon. I'm Robert Stanley. I'll be representing you in this case.
And I'll be assisting in your case. Please meet you, Mr.
Firstly, we have some decisions to make. Will you be wanting a trial by jury or bench trial? A bench trial is where a judge alone gets to decide your case.
I don't need no jury. I got an alibi proving where I was at.
Take it you'll be pleading not guilty.
Yeah, not guilty.
Well, that's an interesting choice, Robert, given there's substantial evidence implicating you in this crime.
It must have been planted by cops.
Well, according to my file here, a surveillance camera caught you coming out of a window from a warehouse from which several high-end watches were stolen.
I don't know nothing about a warehouse. It must have been a guy who looks like me.
And the pictures were posted, a cop saw you, and you started to run. That makes you look guilty.
Just because he's faster than me don't mean I'm guilty.
Police say they have more evidence.
What, you think I did it, huh? You seriously think I did it? Ain't it your job to think I'm innocent? Ain't that what you getting paid for?
I am not getting paid. I am doing this pro bono. In Latin, that means for good. And I'm not here to think you're innocent. I'm here to prove you are innocent. And in this case, that will be rather difficult. Now, you're a first-time offender. You could get off with a minimum sentence.
I don't know nothing about all that GoPro stuff, but I ain't do nothing.
What's your alibi, then?
I'm keeping that to myself for now.
I need to know your alibi in order to prepare your
I'll
defense.
tell you when I'm ready.
Son, I'm here to help you make the right decision.
I'll make my own decisions. All right? I don't need no Brooks Brothers suit telling me what to do. I ain't taking a damn plea.
All right. Clarence, a word. I'm not getting anywhere with this kid. Why don't you talk to him? You're close to his age, you live in the same neighborhood. Maybe you can get through to him.
Look, Mr. Stanley, I really don't think that's
Just
a good
give
idea.
it a shot. What can you lose? It can't go any worse than it just did. And try to talk him into taking a plea. Or at least find out what his alibi is. Understood?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
look ridiculous in that suit, man.
I look ridiculous? You look like a traffic cone.
And you sound ridiculous. Pleased to meet you, all that stuff. I know why you acting all superior right now, Clay. I know why you're talking like that.
You're talking the way you do? Because you think it makes you sound tough. But you ain't so tough, you know. You're in a real jam right now, Bobby.
Don't you criticize me, Clay. You don't get to criticize me. You ain't better than me. You just got lucky. You found your little candy man, and he's taking you straight to the top, leaving folks like me behind. You left me, man. You don't get to criticize me.
So what's your alibi, huh?
I ain't telling you.
You ain't got one, do you?
I got an alibi.
No, you don't, Bobby. I can tell when you're lying. I know you too well.
Fine. I ain't got one yet. But I'm gonna come up with something. I'm gonna get one of my real boys to vouch for me, and then I'll be out of here.
Which one of your boys, huh? Joe, who's scalping tickets? Mario, who's selling stolen shoes out of a van? Marcus, who's dealing oxy? Come on, man, you gotta do better than that.
Well, since you're such a saint, Clay, where were you the night of July 14th at 11:30 p.m., huh?
July 14th. I had a test on the 15th, so I was at my place, studying.
Where were you at before that?
At my night class.
Did you go anywhere between your class and your home?
Had to pick up a cup of coffees.
You got receipts for that, Clay?
I used a debit card, so yeah.
And then you just went straight home.
Of course.
You got any cameras in your building proving you were there, Clay?
It's an old building, so no cameras.
Looks like I've got my alibi. What? See, you and me, Clay, we go way back. And I'm so damn happy for my good buddy Clarence, getting himself out of that godforsaken neighborhood, getting his bougie job, and a college education. Yes, sir, I've always been one of your biggest cheerleaders.
That is a bunch of
I
crap.
will continue. So when Clay asked me to come over the night of July 14th to help him study for his big scary test, I said, sure, pal. Just pick us up a couple coffees at that coffee shop down the corner, and we'll stay up all night hitting them books. And I stayed there all night. You can vouch for me on that, Clay.
I am not doing that, Bobby. Why would I do that, huh?
Because if you don't, then I'm gonna let it slip that I have some very valuable information about the muggings of Mr. John Stanley back in January. And if they take your pretty little fingertips, they'll see they're a perfect match with the ones they found on his phone. And ain't it such a shame you've been swindling the same man, Mr. Stanley, and bleeding him dry ever since?
But then you would have to admit that you were there too, which you were. And you were the one who beat Mrs. Stanley. And you don't want to implicate yourself in another crime on top of the one you got right now, Bobby.
That's funny, Clay. Because the way I remember that, you were hitting Mr. Stanley, and I was just trying to get you off him. If I go down for this, Clay, my boy, I'm taking you with me.
Please, don't do this, all right?
Then be my alibi, Clay. Be my alibi, and you can go on with your perfect little life. But if you don't, you can kiss all that goodbye, man. It's your choice, pal. It's your choice.
Y'all hear Bobby's trial starts today?
Yeah, sure did.
Y'all think he did it?
Probably.
He been causing trouble most of his life.
Yeah, man, even if he did, he don't deserve to go to jail for it.
And why not? You do the crime, you do the time.
You know how much prison will mess up your life, man?
Nobody want to hire him.
And he gets out, he probably going right back in.
Yeah, it might as well be a life sentence.
What they supposed to do instead? Give him a slap on the wrist and say, don't do that again?
Give him community service.
Yeah, like probation or
But then
something.
everybody would just be going around committing crimes all the time, knowing that they ain't going to jail.
Look around. People committing crimes every day.
Bobby knew he could go to prison for what he did. He did it anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
So y'all think he did it? You think Bobby going to jail?
You better hope he get an easy judge.
Yeah,
That's his best chance.
You may be seated. I'm Judge Sheila Brown, and I'll be presiding over the case against Mr. Robert Joseph Carroll, who's been charged with second-degree burglary. This will be a preliminary hearing. Will you gentlemen please identify yourselves?
Your Honor, I'm John Stanley.
I know you, John. Who's this here with you?
My name is Clarence Wilson, Your Honor.
He'll be assisting me in the case, Your Honor.
Can you confirm your name, please?
Robert Carroll.
A little louder, please.
Name ain't changed. Robert Joseph Carroll.
And how do you intend to plead, Mr. Carroll?
I ain't guilty.
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Not guilty, Your Honor.
And I understand you want to make a statement in order to support your innocence?
I ain't gonna make a statement. But I got somebody who is.
Who would that be?
I have some new evidence regarding this case, Your Honor.
May we pause for a moment, Your Honor?
Have a seat, John. Let's hear what Mr. Wilson has to say.
Yeah, you're gonna want to hear this.
Quiet,
but,
please. Go on ahead, Mr. Wilson.
Well, you see, Your Honor, I've known Mr. Carroll my entire life. We grew up on the same block, went to the same school. He was my best friend.
Your Honor, I must request a recess.
Let's hear what Mr. Wilson has to say, John.
Well, when Mr. Stanley and I first met with Mr. Carroll, Mr. Stanley excused himself, which gave Mr. Carroll and I an opportunity to discuss his alibi.
And what was that alibi?
His alibi was that he was at my apartment on the night of the crime, helping me study for a test.
Can you corroborate that alibi, Mr. Wilson?
No, I cannot.
That's a lie, Judge. I was there. I was with him the whole night.
That's enough. Do you have anything else to add, Mr. Wilson?
Well, Mr. Carroll threatened that if I didn't corroborate his alibi, he would tell Mr. Stanley that I was the one who robbed and beat him back in January.
Mr. Wilson, I need to remind you of your Fifth Amendment right not to incriminate yourself.
I know. I was there. I helped Bobby rob Mr. Stanley.
But he's the one who hit Mr. Stanley. He
No,
beat him over the head with a golf club, Judge, and I was trying to get him
I
off. The
promise.
hell he didn't. He almost killed him, Judge. I called the cops.
Enough! Mr. Carroll, I'm going to ask the bailiff to escort you back to your cell. Mr. Wilson, have a seat and don't move a damn inch. Mr. Stanley, I need to see you in my chambers. Now. Well, that was quite a spectacle, John. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it.
Me too, Sheila.
First thing I'm going to do is transfer that little weasel's case to a different judge. They'll convict him on the burglary charges, and now with Clarence's testimony, they can get him for obstruction of justice too. But the question now is, what are we going to do with your little friend? You come in here with your young protege, and we both get ambushed.
Now, I am certain that Clarence did not strike me.
How can you know that, John?
I just know. I am certain.
You're sure?
Yes, I just said I am sure. Next question, Your Honor.
You can cut that your honor crap with me, John. We've known each other a long time. Okay? Just a couple of old friends trying to help old lady Justice with her balancing act. Now, what if they find his fingerprints on your phone?
How the hell do you think you call the ambulance?
Settle down, John. I'm on your side.
If he didn't call the ambulance, I wouldn't be here right now. I would have been under a white sheet on a sidewalk, dead. He deserves amnesty for that alone.
Yes, but what if he's been hustling you this whole time, using you in case the police look into your mugging again?
No, I know this kid. He's a good kid. Grew up in terrible circumstances. Only problem was hanging out with Robert Carroll. And kids like him, they don't pick their parents, but they don't pick their friends either.
So?
I'll make it easy for you, Sheila. I am willing to testify to anyone that asks that I could not identify either assailant.
But that's Mr. Carroll off for the mugging.
No, you get him for the alibi. Any jury is going to want to know why he felt the need to create such an elaborate alibi if he was innocent.
No question, Mr. Carroll's going to jail. But when he comes out, he's going to come looking for your friend. I'm just saying, you need to know his release date. Now get out of my office, John, before I change my mind.
I couldn't lie to Mrs. Stanley. You've helped me out so much. A complete stranger. Yeah, A stranger who stood by as Bobby damn near killed you.
You told the truth. It reminds me of something that happened in my first job. My boss asked me to double-check a document, and I started going over it, and a couple of buddies called. There was a big game on, come on out for a couple of beers. I never did finish checking the damn thing, and sure enough, there was a couple of mistakes, cost the company a lot of money.
No way that was good for you.
Well, no. I figured I had two options. I could either say someone changed the document after I had it, mistakes were made in the final copying, whatever, as long as the blame didn't end up on me.
What was your second option?
To tell the truth, clear out my desk, look for another job.
I'm guessing you told the truth.
Bingo.
Then?
Well, the boss called me into his office and he said, young man, I understand you had something more important to do than go over some dopey old document written by an overpaid lawyer like me. Then he said, I've been checking around the office and I found out that you are very well liked and that if I fired you, I'd have a mutiny on my hand.
So having people who liked you saved you from getting fired?
That's right. Let's go.
Oh, wait. Ain't they coming to cuff me?
No, they're not coming to cuff you. You did the right thing. You told the truth. That took some guts, just like it took some guts to call the ambulance.
Mr. Stanley, thank you so much.
But Clarence, I think it'd be a good idea for you not to work at the firm anymore.
Yeah, I understand. You helped me out so much. And I sure am gonna miss you and Maggie, but I get it.
I just think it's a better idea for you to go to college full time.
What?
Yes, you deserve the full college experience.
Why are you doing this for me?
I'm not doing this just for you. I'm doing it for myself and what I would have liked to have done for Ben as well.
I sure hope I can make you as proud as him.
I'm sure you will. And now we've got to go. We have a lot to tell Maggie.
Wow. Clarence Wilson, college graduate.
Man, I never thought you'd make it.
You always the pessimist.
Got into Columbia Law School.
Woo. He gonna be living in Harlem.
Nah, stupid. Columbia's in Morningside Heights.
It's above the park and below the Bronx, okay? It's Harlem.
Hey, yo. No matter where it is, Clarence gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the Clarence, college fan.
And John, for taking me in, make me feel like part of the family. And John, you know I would never try to replace Ben, right?
Oh, Clarence, I'd be very proud to have you as a son. And I'm sure that Lisa and Ben would too.
Oh, John, the time.
Ah, okay, we've got to go. Clarence, would you mind straightening up a little bit and feel free to kill the champagne.
Good night, guys.
Have a good night, Clarence.
Good night.
Who's this?
Hi,
Whoa, Bobby, what are you doing here, man?
They let me.
What are you doing
Are you
here?
gonna let me talk?
Yo, chill, man, relax.
It's my parole papers. I want to talk to you about something, Clay.
Yo, you're a free man, talk.
After I went to jail, I started to get these letters. The return address was just a P.O. box in the city. I opened one up, and it was, you can change your life, you deserve more than this. At first I figured it was some preacher folks trying to get me to repent. I never read them.
Yeah, you never were a reader.
And after a while, Clay, I got bored. I started to read the letters. Whoever was writing them was telling me to think about my future. It tells me half the folks who get out of jail just end up going back to jail and ask me if that's what I want for myself. And you know me, man, I don't like people trying to tell me what to do.
Yeah, you always like that.
But I sat there, looking around the cell. And I was thinking, I don't want to spend one more minute in here than I have to, man. So I wrote a letter back, asking, what you got for me? I still don't know who it was. It must have been some kind of good Samaritan.
That's Samaritan.
Yeah, that. Anyway, this guy, he sends me these big books and these record player's cassette tape, and on top of the book it was a little note. It said, I believe you're smart enough. And it turns out the books, the tapes, they're all for studying for the GED thing. So I started to read the books and listen to the tapes every chance I got. Yeah, I ain't got nothing better else to do. It took me 3 times to pass the damn thing.
It's a tough test, Bobby.
I guess I ain't as stupid as I thought, though. Or as our teachers thought, you know.
You can't keep blaming the teachers. They had to be half cop, half teacher. And breaking up fights, trying to help us with what's going on at home, trying to get kids like us to pass tests designed for rich white kids.
Yeah. I was born in the wrong place. Huh?
Bobby, I hear you, man. But what are you doing about it, huh? Are you just going to sit around and blame the world for where you're at?
No. That's what I want to talk to you about, Clay. I've been thinking. You've got a great thing going on here, man. And I was hoping maybe...
Maybe what?
Maybe you could get me a job here.
Hell no, man!
Just hear me out.
Not a chance, Bobby!
Why, man? Because I'm an ex-con?
Not just that. Yo, people make mistakes and deserve to be forgiven. But I could never forgive you for the way you treated me. You always treated me like I was less than you. You tried to use me. You damn near almost ruined my life, Bobby.
Clay, this whole week, I've been thinking about how I'm supposed to come here and apologize to you, man. Now I'm here. Clay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything that I put you through. Stuff I made you did, things I said, I'm going to regret it every day for the rest of my life. But the only way I'm going to have a life is if someone takes a chance on me, Clay.
Bobby, the last thing they want in the law office is a convicted felon. A guy with the record.
Clay, I'm not asking you right now, man. I'm begging you. Please. Please, Clay. I don't got anything else, man. The last time I begged anybody for anything was my dad. You know how that turned out. Clay, please.
Yeah. It's been a long time since you had to beg, right? You was always ragging on me, though. Oh, man, you thought you had all the answers, right?
No, Clay, I'm not ragging right now. I'm begging you, please. Please, Clay.
I try to get you a job here. I risk everything I got. Everything. He was always my boy. Yo, man, get up. Let's see if we can make something happen, all right?
Thank you, Clay. Thank you. What do I need? What should I do, bro? What do you need me to do?
First, brew me up some coffee. Man, I'm not used to bubbly stuff.
Yeah, you never were much of a drinker, man.
Oh, man, we got a lot of work to do. A lot.
What should I do? What should I got? What do you need? What do you need?
We have until morning to turn you from Clark Kent into Superman. Yo, let's go.
Y'all had Miss Jin 10th grade?
Yeah.
Remember what you told us we got to do to get out of here?
Gotta study hard, get they learning done.
Girls gotta think about putting off having kids till we get some good education.
Man's gotta get a job to put some greens in the bank.
More education mean more greens.
Yeah, lawyer man help Clarence get educated.
Now Clarence helping Bobby.
Lawyer tried to help Bobby before.
Oh, and doing it for free?
Yeah, but Bobby got nasty.
Like real nasty.
Bobby blew it.
Clarence taking a big chance trying to help out his old pal.
It's not gonna work.
That's on Bobby.
Either way,
We about to find
Yo, not we. They.
hey, come on, our job here is done.
We took a job? What it pay?
Girl.
We out of here.
Yo, folks are gonna miss us.
Yeah, you bet, yo, it was the best part.
Wish we could stay and see what happens. Mr. Stanley is not gonna go for Clarence's plan.
Ex-cons and clients ain't a good mix.
Not good to have Bobby around anyone.
Especially you, lady.
Leave her alone. She paid good money for her ticket.
Sneaking into the show without a ticket? Man, cops could come after us.
Let's get the heck out of here.
Thank you all for watching.
Maggie, did you beat me back from lunch again? How many times is it this week?
All of them, John.
Where's Clarence?
He's in the conference room interviewing a potential intern.
Intern?
Yes, very nice young man, very polite, came in well dressed. So much better than those blast emails I get from law students saying, "Hi, I'm looking for a job. Are you hiring?" Smiley face, smiley face.
Well, I didn't know we were hiring.
What with Clarence going off to law school, somebody's got to pick up the slack around here.
An executive decision made by my executive assistant. Well, I'll be damned.
Hello, Mr. Stanley. I know we've met before when you were asked to represent me, but I'd like to formally introduce myself. My name is Robert Carroll, sir, and I was speaking with your colleague, Mr. Wilson, and I was hoping maybe you could give me a job here.
Well, I think we have a real Eliza Doolittle moment on our hands.
It's from a play.
I'm just saying that I would never recognize the young guy who clobbered me over the head with my favorite putter.
Wait a second, is this the same guy?
Yeah, it is.
See? If we can get you past Maggie, we can get you past anybody.
Well, I'm afraid it's a little more complicated than fooling someone, Clarence, earning your way into this place.
Bobby made some mistakes, but he wasn't as lucky as I was.
Glad to hear you say that, Clarence. That's why I sent him those GED books when he was in prison. I was hoping he'd end up right here.
That was you?
Of course it was me.
Why? Why would you help me?
Same reason I helped Clarence.
Wait, you knew that it was me too?
I never forget a voice. I knew it was you as soon as you came to that hospital room and said something, but at that moment, at that exact moment, something shifted in the air. Something moved in on me, and I knew at that moment I could make a difference in your life.
Oh, some chance you took.
Same for you, Bobby. I didn't send you those GED books despite what you tried to do to Clarence, blackmail him, but because of that. I figured someone who would go to those lengths must be hitting rock bottom. Believe it or not, I was there once myself. You and I have more in common than you might imagine.
But I know that it's your final decision, and I'm not trying to influence you or anything or try to...
Well, thank you, Clarence. So, Bobby, are you ready to work ridiculous hours? Get coffee, make copies, answer the phones, anything else we might throw at you?
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to that.
No drugs?
Absolutely.
And are you willing to memorize Maggie's ridiculously complicated coffee order?
It's not that complicated.
It is to me, my darling Maggie.
Yeah. Yes, I will get your coffee.
You see the name on that door? Someday I want to see 2 more names in that door. It may not be for some time, but that some time will not be forever. Sometime it will be your time. I promise you.
I have something for you, sir.